Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're talking about India's really ambitious deep ocean mission. And let me tell you, this is a seriously high-stakes gamble. We're talking treasure, we're talking strategic advantage, and just plain survival in probably the most hostile environment on our planet. All right, let's just get right into it. For a minute, forget about the space race. The new frontier? Well, you could argue it's even more challenging, and we know way less about it. It's the deep ocean floor. And right now, there's a new global race happening, thousands and thousands of meters right under the waves. So, how deep are we really talking here? You know, to get a handle on the incredible scale and, frankly, the danger involved, we kind of need something familiar to compare it to, something that helps us picture just how extreme these depths are. Okay, so almost everyone knows the story of the Titanic, right? Well, that wreck is sitting at a mind-boggling depth of 3,800 meters. And down there, the pressure is just immense. The whole environment is totally alien to us. But get this, India's Samudrayaan mission, they're aiming to go more than 1.5 times deeper than that. We're talking 6,000 meters. And look, that's not just some number on a screen. It's a massive leap into what they call the abyssal plains. It's a world of absolute darkness and just relentless, crushing force. This right here, this really puts that pressure into perspective, doesn't it? I mean, at 6,000 meters, the force is over 1,000 times what we feel right now on the surface. Just try to imagine that. A whole ton of weight balanced on an area the size of your fingernail. Think about trying to build a machine that can survive that. It's a massive engineering challenge, to say the least. Yeah, that is a totally fair question. So why take that kind of risk? Well, it all boils down to two really powerful motivations that are driving this new global race. First, a hunt for what you could call unimaginable treasure. And second, a much quieter competition for strategic power. Okay, first up, let's talk treasure. Because the deep sea floor, it's not just mud and rock down there. Not at all. It's actually home to this huge, untapped reserve of minerals that are absolutely critical for our modern world. And this is what that whole race is about. These things are called polymetallic nodules. Now, they might just look like a bunch of potato-sized rocks, but they are incredibly rich deposits of minerals that have been forming for millions and millions of years, just sitting there on the seabed, waiting to be found. You know the saying, it's what's inside that counts? Well, it's definitely true here. These nodules are packed with nickel, copper, and cobalt. You know, the stuff we absolutely need for batteries in electric vehicles and all our smartphones. And that's not all. They also have rare earth elements, which are vital for pretty much every piece of high-tech gear you can think of. This is, without a doubt, a 21st century gold rush. And you know what? India has been playing the long game on this one. They actually secured exploration rights for a huge patch of the Indian Ocean floor way back in 2002. So this isn't some new spur-of-the-moment idea. Nope. It's a long-term bet both for their economy and for their strategy. All right, now let's get to the second reason for this whole mission. And this one's a bit more shadowy. We're talking about the strategic competition that's playing out in the deep. It's basically a battlefield that's completely invisible from the surface. See, the deep ocean isn't just empty space, it's actually where the physical backbone of our entire digital world lives. I'm talking about those undersea cables that carry something like 95% of all our internet traffic. So being able to protect your own cables and maybe even pose a threat to someone else's, that's a whole new game in national security. And this really shows you the dual-use nature of this kind of research. So, for example, our sources say that while China might officially call its missions scientific research, the data they're gathering has huge military value. We're talking everything from mapping out hidden routes for their own submarines to tracking where other countries' subs are going. It really all comes down to one thing: acoustics. You see, submarine warfare is a game of sound. It's all about listening. So if you can build a super detailed acoustic map of the ocean floor, knowing every single trench, every ridge, your Navy gets a massive advantage. You get way better at hiding your own subs, and a whole lot better at finding the other guys. So, okay, with all that on the line, both the money and the military strategy, how exactly is India planning to pull this off? How are they going to get to the bottom of the ocean? Well, let's meet the machine that's designed to do the job. Here it is, the Matsya 6000. This is really the heart of the whole Samudrayaan mission.
It's a homegrown design developed by India's National Institute of Ocean Technology. It's built to take a crew of 3 people down there for about 12 hours. But, and this is super important, it has a 96-hour emergency life support system, just in case.
And this is where you can see a really key design choice they made. And it's all about safety first. I mean, after that awful Titan submersible tragedy, you remember, the one that used an experimental carbon fiber hull? India's engineers went a different way. They chose a super robust 89mm thick titanium alloy. See, titanium is incredibly strong and handles that kind of compression really well. It's a proven material for those crushing deep sea pressures where we've seen carbon fiber can just fail completely and catastrophically.
They've got another major safety feature too called syntactic foam. So what this stuff does is it helps with buoyancy during the dive, but it's also a critical backup plan. The idea is if the sub completely loses power for some reason, this foam is designed to help it float back to the surface. And if it can't do that, it at least makes the vehicle way easier to find.
So what does success really look like here? Well, this whole mission isn't just about one dive to the bottom of the ocean. It's about something bigger. It's about joining a very, very elite global club, and what that means for India on the world stage. Think about this. If they pull it off, the Samudrayaan mission will make India only the 6th country in the entire world to have the tech for manned deep-sea exploration. I mean, that is a seriously exclusive club. We're talking about nations with some of the most advanced technology and maritime power out there. So when you boil it all down, this mission is about so much more than just one trip to the seabed. It's about securing vital resources for the future. It's about showing off their homegrown engineering and innovation. It's about opening up whole new areas of science by letting us actually see these unexplored places. And, of course, it's about strengthening India's strategic position in the incredibly important Indian Ocean. You know, the space race really helped define the 20th century, didn't it? Well, now, as all these countries start pouring money and resources into conquering this final frontier on Earth, it leaves us with a really powerful question. With so much at stake, we're talking untold riches and huge strategic advantages, you have to wonder, could the race to the bottom of the sea be the thing that defines our 21st century?